Sarah had been babysitting for years, but something about the Morrison family's request seemed different this time. The parents were oddly specific about the children's routine, insisting they needed to be in bed by exactly 8:13 p.m., not a minute later. As the Morrisons left for their dinner party, Sarah couldn't shake the eerie feeling that washed over her the moment she was alone in the house with the children. The children, Emma and Ethan, were impossibly well behaved, sitting perfectly still on the couch without blinking for what seemed like hours. When Sarah attempted to engage them in conversation, they responded in perfect unison with voices that sounded rehearsed, almost mechanical. At 8:10 p.m., Sarah checked her watch and noticed the room temperature had dropped significantly, her breath now visible in the suddenly frigid air. When she suggested it was nearly bedtime, both children slowly turned their heads toward her at precisely the same angle, their eyes now appearing completely black in the dim light. As the grandfather clock began to chime 8:13, Sarah watched in horror as the children's skins seemed to ripple and shift beneath their clothing. The children spoke in unison once more, but this time in a language Sarah had never heard before, ancient and guttural, as they began to transform into something inhuman right before her eyes. As Sarah fumbled for her phone to call the parents, she realized with growing dread that the number they had given her wasn't for a restaurant at all, but for the local cemetery where the real Morrison family had been buried over 50 years ago.